They tried to understand him. They tried to analyze him. They tried to stop him. But the truth is, he doesn't play like a normal human. He doesn't think like a normal striker. He doesn't move like anyone else. And that's exactly why no one can control him. This is the story of Erling Haaland, the player who doesn't follow the game. He breaks it before the goals, before the records. Before defenders started fearing him, there was just a boy in Norway. But even then, there was something different, something unusual, something unnatural. Erling Haaland wasn't just another kid with a dream. He was born into football. His father, Alf Inge Haaland, was a professional player. The environment, the mindset, the discipline, was already there. But having a football background doesn't guarantee greatness because talent has to be built. And from a young age, he started building. Strength, speed, finishing, not one, not two, all of it. Because while others focused on one skill, he developed everything, and that's what made him dangerous. At youth level, he wasn't just scoring goals, he was destroying defenses, physical presence, unmatched speed for his size. Finishing that felt automatic. It didn't make sense because players that big don't move that fast. Players that fast don't finish that cleanly. But he did. And that's where the question started. Is this real? Can he maintain this? Is he just a phase? Because when something looks too good, people doubt it. But Haaland didn't slow down. At Molde, he started making noise. Goals came, performances improved, and then Red Bull Salzburg. This is where the world noticed. Champions League, the biggest stage. And what did he do? He scored. Again, and again, and again. Not just against small teams, against big teams, under pressure, in moments that matter. And suddenly, he wasn't a prospect anymore. He was a problem. A problem for defenders, a problem for teams, a problem for the entire game. Because how do you stop someone who has everything? Speed, strength, positioning, finishing. There was no weakness, and that's what made him terrifying. Then came Borussia Dortmund. A step up, a new challenge, a bigger stage, and once again, he didn't hesitate. First match, hat trick. Think about that. No adjustment, no waiting. Immediate impact. Because that's what he does. He doesn't adapt slowly, he dominates instantly. Goals became routine. Records started breaking. Defenders started struggling. And analysts started running out of explanations. Because what he was doing wasn't normal. It wasn't just talent, it was efficiency. Maximum output, minimum effort. Because while others need multiple chances, he needs one. And that's the difference. But here's where it gets interesting. Because when you dominate like that, expectations change. It's not about potential anymore. It's about legacy. And that's where most players struggle. Because maintaining that level is almost impossible. But Haaland is not most players. Then came Manchester City, the perfect system, the perfect team, the perfect environment. And what happened? Explosion. Goals at a rate the Premier League had never seen. Records broken in months. Defenders confused. Teams helpless. Because when you combine his ability with the right system, you get something unstoppable. And that's exactly what happened. Hat tricks, brace after brace, goal after goal. It became normal. And that's the scary part. Because what should be extraordinary became expected. And when something that rare becomes normal, you're witnessing something special. But even then, his journey isn't just about goals. It's about mentality. Because to perform at that level, you need more than ability. You need focus, discipline, consistency, and Haaland has all of it. His routine, his preparation, his mindset, everything is built for performance. Because he's not chasing success. He's engineered for it, and that's what makes him different. Because while others rely on form, he relies on system, his structure, his discipline. And that's why he doesn't drop. He doesn't disappear. He doesn't fade. He delivers every time. But here's the reality. No one stays at the top forever. Challenges will come. Injuries, pressure, expectations. Because the higher you go, the harder it gets. And the question is, can he maintain it? Can he continue dominating? Can he sustain this level? Because history has shown that consistency at that level is rare. But if there's anyone who can do it, it's him. Because he's not built like others. He's built for this. From Norway to the world. From talent to terror. From striker to phenomenon. Erling Haaland is not just a player. He is a system, a machine, a force that doesn't slow down. And maybe that's what makes his story different. Because it's not about struggle, it's about dominance. It's not about doubt. It's about destruction. It's not about becoming great. It's about redefining what greatness looks like. And maybe that's what we are witnessing. Not just a career, but a takeover. Because players like him don't follow history. They create it. And right now, Erling Haaland is writing his. And maybe the most dangerous thing about Haaland is not what he has already done, but what he is still capable of becoming. Because if this is just the beginning, then what comes next might be something we've never seen before. Because players like him don't peak early. They evolve. They improve. They adapt. And when you combine that with his mentality, his discipline, his hunger, you don't just get a great player. You get a force that defines an era. And maybe years from now, when people look back at this time, they won't just talk about goals. They'll talk about dominance. They'll talk about fear. They'll talk about a player who changed the way strikers are seen. Forever.